NIO and XPeng are having earnings this week, so I'm going to go ahead and go over both of these very fast, all right? XPeng, by the way, we did talk about it in our Discord and previous video where we loaded into XPeng between $16 and $20. Now it's currently at 24, hit a high of 27. NIO, we mentioned it on our Discord as well and our previous video for NIO. Between 430 and 440 was our load-in phase, right? Hit a high of 549, and now we're at $5, so still up pretty high. So XPeng and NIO, I'm going to go ahead and share the upside and downside potentials post earnings or leading up to earnings, right? Earnings are going to be this week of March 17 to March 21 for both NIO and XPeng, so definitely keep an eye out for both of these stocks going into this week. Even if you're just in one of them, I would highly recommend watching both of the stocks. That way you can see how the price is going to move for XPeng and NIO. NIO currently here, again, March 17 today, price is 503. Going into earnings or leading up into it or post earnings, you could potentially see one of these two prices to be tested, all right? For the upside, I have a 24% move towards $6.23. For the downside, so this is the risk, it's going to be about a 7 to 8% drop down towards $4.65, okay? What am I doing? Personally, below $5, I think is a good time to be dollar cost averaging. I already mentioned back here was the perfect time to be loading in our Discord, but if you're watching this on the YouTube video, I think any price below $5 might be a decent time to be dollar cost averaging if you are long-term in NIO, okay? If you're day trading or swing trading this could be a bit risky, right? But you do have this upside move of 24% in my personal opinion and speculation, right? There's this major resistance here at about 625 or 624. And again, that's a 24% move from our current price. The risk here is going to be about a 7 to 8%, upside 24% for NIO stock, okay? That's what I'm looking for during this week, $4.65 versus $6.25. Going into XPeng, I'm making this pretty quick as well, but if you have any questions, feel free to drop it down below in the comments, all right? Or if you have any suggestions as well, let me know what you think for NIO or XPeng. XPeng here, current price here is $24.39, up about 2-3% today. The downside is going to be about a 15% drop. This is going to be on the daily chart here. There's a potential move down towards about $20.80. So that's just something I'm keeping an eye out for. As for the upside, we have a 63% move towards the upside. I'm not saying this is going to happen exactly this week. For this week, I actually want to keep an eye out for $30 to be tested. So I have to mark that level real quick. That way you don't get too excited about this $40 test. I'll explain this $40 test here in just a second. Oops, don't mind this. All right, so with the current price here all the way up to $30, that's going to be about a 22% move, 22.5% move. I do think XPeng is going to be a lot more volatile, and so the downside, you have a risk of 15% down to $20, possibly $21. The upside here to $30, that's going to be about a 22.5%, right? The thing is, if we do break above $30 and we pull back onto $30 and we find that $30 here is going to be a support to keep an eye out for, that's when I would keep an eye out for $32 to be tested as well. The moment we break above $32, that's when I believe we could get this test during this year towards $40. So $40 is a potential price target during this year for XPeng. And again, from current prices, that's a 63% move. Just about earnings, if you're just looking at earnings, right, leading up to it or post earnings, I would keep an eye out for a 23% test for XPeng. And again, current price here at $24.42, okay? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you long-term or short-term on XPeng? Are you bullish or bearish on the stocks of NIO and XPeng? I think both of these do have a lot of upside potential, so it's definitely something to keep an eye out for. But like I mentioned, I did mention the risk potential for XPeng and NIO, so take this with a grain of salt as it's just my personal opinion. And again, I am going to be keeping an eye out for NIO and XPeng during this week. If you guys are too, feel free to join our Discord, link down below in the description. It's free to join, and there's over 32,000 members there. Would highly recommend joining if you just want to share due diligence, ask questions, or share your opinions as well. Read up on other people's opinions. If you are looking for our live entries and exits, like I mentioned here for XPeng and NIO, for stocks, right? So just similar to this right here, for just stocks, it's $10 per month on our Patreon, link down below in the description. If you are looking for stocks and options, and it's from multiple analysts, by the way, it's $20 per month right now, okay? So these are all 90% off discounted. If you do want to secure the discount, you can join today, link down below in the description for just securing the $10 or $20 per month. In the future, for other new members, it's going to be $100 or $200 per month, depending on the tier, okay? So again, it is 90% off right now for anyone joining. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video for XPeng and NIO. I'll make another video leading up to earnings as well as post earnings for XPeng and NIO stock.